Story 1. Assassin in the Woods, the Silent Killer of Yosemite. The crisp air of the Yosemite wilderness enveloped me as I set up camp near the serene Merced River. The towering trees whispered ancient secrets, and the rustling leaves seemed to echo with hidden dangers. Despite the beauty of nature surrounding me, a sense of unease crept into my bones, a feeling that I couldn't shake off. As night descended, the forest transformed into a realm of shadows and unknown terrors. The crackling of the campfire was my only solace, casting flickering light that danced eerily on the trees. I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, of unseen eyes following my every move. Sleep eluded me that night, and as the moon reached its zenith, a chilling silence fell over the woods. That's when I heard it, a faint rustling in the underbrush, too deliberate to be just the wind. My heart pounded in my chest as I strained my ears, trying to discern the source of the sound. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, moving with a predatory grace that sent shivers down my spine. Clad in tattered clothes and a mask of shadows, the intruder's presence exuded malice. I tried to call out, but my voice caught in my throat, paralyzed by fear. The figure drew closer, and in the dim light, I caught a glimpse of a glinting blade in their hand. Panic surged through me as I realized the true nature of the silent killer stalking me in the woods. This was no chance encounter. This was a hunter seeking prey in the dead of night. I scrambled to my feet, my movements clumsy and desperate, as I fled into the maze of trees, the assassin hot on my heels. Branches clawed at my skin, roots threatened to trip me, but I pushed forward, driven by sheer terror and the primal instinct to survive. Hours passed in a blur of fear and exhaustion, the relentless pursuit never wavering. Just when I thought my legs would give out beneath me, I stumbled into a clearing, the moon casting a ghostly glow on the scene before me. There, lying on the ground, was the motionless form of another camper, their lifeblood staining the earth around them. The realization hit me like a physical blow. I wasn't the only one being hunted in these woods. The silent killer had claimed another victim, and I was next in line. As the sound of footsteps drew closer, I made a split-second decision, diving into the shadows of the forest once more, my only hope of evading the relentless assassin. The night swallowed me whole, and the echoes of my pursuer faded into the darkness, leaving me alone with my terror and the chilling certainty that the silent killer of Yosemite still roamed free. Anonymous Spectator Story. Story 2. Bear Attack at Yellowstone National Park at Sunset. You find yourself standing at the edge of Yellowstone National Park, the sun dipping below the horizon, casting long shadows across the rugged terrain. The air is thick with the scent of pine and earth, a sense of unease creeping up your spine as you realize you are alone in the wilderness. As you set up camp for the night, a feeling of isolation washes over you, the trees whispering secrets you cannot decipher. The crackling of the fire is the only sound breaking the eerie silence that surrounds you. You try to shake off the sense of foreboding that clings to you like a second skin, but it lingers, refusing to dissipate. Night falls, and the darkness seems to swallow the forest whole. You huddle close to the dwindling fire, the flames casting dancing shadows that seem to twist and contort into grotesque shapes. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig, sends a jolt of fear through your veins. And then you hear it. A low growl, guttural and menacing, coming from the shadows just beyond the reach of the firelight. Your heart pounds in your chest as you realize you are not alone. The growl grows louder, closer, until a massive grizzly bear emerges from the darkness, its eyes fixed on you with a predatory gleam. Panic sets in as you scramble to your feet, your mind racing with thoughts of survival. The bear advances, its massive form blocking out the stars above, its hot breath washing over you in fetid waves. You are frozen in terror, unable to move as the beast closes in, its razor-sharp claws glinting in the firelight. Just as you resign yourself to your fate, a figure emerges from the shadows, wielding a large branch as a makeshift weapon. With a primal scream, the figure charges the bear, driving it back into the darkness with sheer determination. As the bear retreats, the figure turns to you, offering a hand to help you to your feet. You look into the eyes of your savior and see a mix of fear and resolve, a silent understanding passing between you. In that moment, you realize that you are not alone in this unforgiving wilderness, that there are others who will stand by your side in the face of danger. As the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, you pack up your camp, the memory of the bear attack etched into your mind. You leave Yellowstone National Park with a newfound respect for the wild and a sense of gratitude towards the stranger who saved your life. Anonymous Spectator Story. Story 3. Real Nightmares Uncovered in the Appalachian Mountains. My name is Maria, and I have seen things in the Appalachian Mountains that haunt me to this day. It all started when my friends and I decided to go camping in the remote parts of the mountains, seeking adventure and a break from our mundane lives. Little did we know that our trip would turn into a nightmare that would change us forever. As we set up our campsite, a sense of unease settled over me. The forest seemed to whisper secrets, and the shadows danced ominously in the fading light. Ignoring my growing apprehension, we settled around the campfire, laughing and sharing stories. But as the night deepened, a chill crept into the air, and the woods fell silent. That's when we heard it, the sound of footsteps approaching our camp. Panic gripped us as we scrambled for flashlights, illuminating the darkness around us. What we saw froze our blood. A group of masked figures emerged from the trees, their eyes gleaming with malice. Before we could react, they surrounded us, trapping us in a circle of terror. One of them, a tall man with a cruel smile, spoke in a voice that dripped with menace. He revealed that we had stumbled upon their drug operation, hidden deep in the mountains. They had been watching us since we arrived, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Fear and anger warred within me as I realized the danger we were in. 4 hours, we were held captive, forced to witness unspeakable acts of violence and cruelty. The leader of the group, known only as the Butcher, reveled in our terror, taunting us with promises of a fate worse than death. I felt a rage unlike anything I had ever experienced, a primal urge to fight back against the darkness that threatened to consume us. But just as hope seemed lost, a miracle occurred. A group of hikers stumbled upon our camp, drawn by the commotion. In a desperate bid for freedom, we fought alongside our unexpected saviors, a fierce battle raging in the heart of the wilderness. Blood and screams filled the night, blending with the howls of the wind. When the dust settled, the masked figures were gone, leaving behind a trail of destruction and despair. We were battered and bruised, but alive. As we huddled together, shaken but grateful, a sense of camaraderie bloomed among us. We had faced true evil and survived, bound by a shared trauma that would never leave us. In the aftermath of that harrowing night, I learned a valuable lesson. The wilderness holds not only beauty and wonder, but also darkness and danger. The Appalachian Mountains had revealed a hidden truth to me, a reality far more terrifying than any ghost story. And as I gazed into the starlit sky, I knew that some nightmares were all too real. Anonymous spectator story.